Hi, Capricorn. Some sage to cleanse the space. Thank you, Spirit. 3 chimes to bring in the positive energy. This is a general reading for the sign of Capricorn. If you have Capricorn anywhere in your birth chart, this is your reading. It is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. You know what is for you and what is not for you. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Capricorn. What would you like Capricorn to know or to be aware of in this reading? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for Capricorn. Capricorn, my name is Greta, and I would like to welcome you to the channel. Thank you for your support. I am an intuitive reader. We do look at your zodiac sign, obviously, and the planetary placements, the sun and the moon placements, to get a good idea of the energy that may be surrounding you at this time. But I do operate on my intuition. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn, I'd also like to invite you to tune in to one of my live readings. During the live readings, you do have the chance, you do have the opportunity to ask any questions about some of the cards that are on the table, to seek some clarity or to answer some questions that you may have in regards to the reading. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn, if this is your first time tuning in, a little bit about the layout of this reading. When we look at this top row, we look at your professional life, your public life, and the energy that is surrounding you there. This second row, this middle row, is your personal life, your private life, and the energy that is surrounding you there. And this final row, this third row, is final thoughts, final messages, final takeaway. And many times we will find that this third row really brings together the entire reading. Capricorn, the foundation, the basis of your reading this week is the Queen of Wands. Following our passions, trusting our intuition. And that is, wow, that is backed by the King of Pentacles, the wealthiest card in the tarot. Following your passions, following your desires, trusting your intuition is leading you, is guiding you to wealth. And it is guiding you to the wealthiest card in the tarot. And let's see how those wonderful cards play into the rest of your reading this week, Capricorn. And we start off with the Moon card. Something hidden, revealed. But also, the full moon, the strawberry moon, was just recently, at the time of this reading, in the sign of Capricorn. And that plays into all of your strengths of focusing in, working hard, and achieving your desires. You are howling at the moon, and you're howling at the moon in beautiful and wonderful ways. The King of Swords, agreements, contracts, working on getting together, pulling together the paperwork. The Chariot card, when I see the Chariot card in your professional life, in your public life, there's a degree of competition, a competition for a contract, a competition for a job. There may be something in a contract or even a verbal agreement that you're not seeing. There's something in words, either written or verbal, that you're not seeing at this time that involves competition. The Nine of Cups, the banquet is set, the feast is ready. The feast is ready. The nine in tarot represents vision, invention, being creative, intuitiveness. It also represents power and a certain degree of anticipation. There's some worry or some pressure from a supervisor or from competitors that is making work life difficult. And part of this difficulty is that you're having a hard time determining why you are getting the actions or getting the answers that you're getting. Step back. Step back to get a clearer view of the big picture. And also consider that you may be trying too hard or trying to force an outcome. And that is true to our natures, Capricorns. We are the go-getters of the zodiac sign. You'll hear me say in many readings, if you want something done, put a Capricorn on it. A Capricorn is always going to find a way to get to the top of the mountain. A Capricorn is always going to find a way to achieve. We also need to consider that not everyone has our mindset. And because not everyone has our mindset, we often come across, or we can often appear as being hard-headed and being forceful and to a certain extent unwilling to bend, to be a little bit inflexible. And that may be the resistance or what is causing this difficulty at this time, Capricorn. I do understand that there's pressure from the higher ups, or there's pressure from competition. But the confusion is understanding those that we are working with. I don't know if it's you are not understanding them or they are not understanding you. But this miscommunication is, it's almost like there was a misunderstanding and there's uh, some communication issues, but then we add on top of that the pressure, and it's almost like too much, that we need to step back to get a clearer image, a better understanding of what is going on. And that is followed by the Five of Swords, change, action. I like to call this Five of Swords my stormy weather card. There's winners and there's losers. And maybe there's a little bit of a little lack of clarity. The Page of Cups, young, someone that is young, that maybe at times has unrealistic expectations, unrealistic goals. The Ace of Wands, the gift of passion, the gift of desires, following our passions and having the strength to follow our passions, having the courage to go after what it is that we would like to go after. And the Three of Pentacles, speaking, talking, finding the words. This week, Capricorn, in your personal relationships, you'll know just what to say. Your words, you're going to know just exactly what to say. Your words may take a few days for the listener to digest, but you can expect a reply or interesting and constructive communications on or around the 26th. What you have to say is shockingly good, and it's going to have a profound effect on the listener. But the listener is going to need time to process what it is that you are saying. So it's almost like what in this conversation, you use words and phrases that goes over this person's head. And there's a lot that during the conversation that they may not understand. They may even give you the deer in the headlights look, like they have absolutely no idea what's going on. And even when you leave this conversation or end this conversation, you might feel a little bit frustrated, like maybe that you've wasted your time, or are they ever going to get it? Are they ever going to understand? But yes, they will. Your words are going to have a profound effect on them. And they are going to have a shocking and unpredicted outcome. And the outcome is going to be even better than you anticipated. Again, give them time to work through, give them time to process, give them time to digest, Capricorn. That's I love this for you, Capricorn. Be patient. And do remember, and I've said this through many of my readings this week, is that Cancer this year is coming in like a lion. And everyone's, not just any one particular zodiac sign, but everyone is really experiencing heightened thoughts, heightened feelings, and heightened emotions. And because of that, I'm just really recommending to everyone to center, stay grounded, and wait until we get into July before um, initiating any conversations that are emotionally driven. Let's not act on our emotions for this next couple weeks. Let's just process our emotions. And then we have the World card, a gift. The Eight of Swords, not seeing, not understanding where we are stuck. But I think you are, maybe in the past, it seemed like you weren't going anywhere, that there wasn't a lot of movement. But I love that it is followed by the Fool's card, and the Fool's card is the new beginnings, the fresh starts, the uncharted territories, and the gift represented here by the Four of Cups. And the four in tarot represents stability, endurance, achievement, and even to a certain degree, the simplicity in achieving. And the cups in tarot represents love, nurture, inner being, and transformation. The type of change, the type of transformation that is not seen. That's the spiritual transformation, the emotional transformation. You are seeking and even finding new ways to increase your knowledge base, Capricorn. And there's an opportunity, or maybe even a couple of different opportunities coming in or presenting themselves to you, where you're going to be able to learn something new. And as these opportunities come in for you to learn something new, say yes to as many of those opportunities as you can. And that is the message. Oh, you know what? Capricorn, before I forget, we almost forgot our ESP. And so, our intuition, I have these cards, and every week I've just been giving them a little shuffle, and I'll select one of these cards and I'll send that image to you. And we'll see if we're able to connect intuitively. Okay, so I'm sending that image to you. And were you able to select the waves? If you were, I'm so glad we were able to connect this week. If not, no worries. Maybe when you were thinking and images were coming to you, maybe you thought of waves, maybe you thought of water. Or as soon as I seen this card, I thought of Aquarius. So if you thought of any of those, you were right on track. And honestly, you may have been right on track even if that image does not match. What I would like to start doing is keeping track of the words or the imagery we have for each of these symbols. Uh, Learning to connect to our intuition, learning to use our intuition. It's almost like learning a new language. And spirit speaks differently to each of us. And spirit uses different words, different imageries, different feelings when speaking to each of us. And so the practice and the tapping into our intuition involves learning what this sign, what this image is linked to for us. And when we begin to keep notes and we begin to practice that on a regular basis, we will start to make those connections. Maybe for you, every time this image pops up, you think of the sun. And so in the future, when this card is drawn and I'm sending you that image, if you think of the sun, you'll say, oh, yeah, that's the squiggly lines. That's the waves. And that is the message that I have for the sign of Capricorn. Thank you, Capricorn. You have a blessed week.